A cinema opens with the flashback to a time before 12,000 years. Opens the story. Some elves are shown on an island. They have a little footprint. These guys are out in the field, but they are attacked by cannibals. Tak Tek was the tribe's ruler. Tak Tek arrives to the home of his wife and daughter. Tak Tek's son arrives and informs the clan of his father's death. We're about to be attacked by cannibals. Some members of our tribe have also been detained. Cannibals are on their way to attack them. According to Tak Tek's son, some members of our tribe have also been detained. Tak Tek's son approaches the adjacent huge tribes for help. After that, the cannibals arrive. They were astride the colossal dragons. They attack the elves, who run in all directions. The cannibals set fire to their tribe. Tak Tek and his family dash towards the woods. Meanwhile, the cannibal leader appears in front of them. When Tak Tek's kid sees them, he throws a stone at a dragon. Those cannibals grow outraged when they notice this. They travel from there, accompanied by Tak Tek's wife and a few tribe members. On the way out, Tak Tek's wife tosses several stones, so that her family knows where she is. Tak Tek sets out in quest of his wife and children. They come across a stone. On the way, Tak Tek's wife tosses more stones. As a result, her relatives will be able to locate her very quickly. Tak Tek and his children are on the lookout for more stones. They come upon 7 stones. Through this, they learn about the direction of cannibals. Those cannibals, on the other hand, have adopted them into their tribe. Those cannibals had actually brought Tak Tek's wife and the other elves with them, to assassinate and consume them during their festival. Tak Tek and his children walked to the large tribe. Meanwhile, they were pushing on until they came across a big animal. It was being pursued by the entire tribe. Amthar, the most senior of the group, that animal was being hunted. Tak Tek hides with his children in a location. That animal was being fought by a large tribe of people. However, it had a stronghold on them. Tak Tek appears, and the magical stone is placed in front of the animal's eyes. When an animal turns blind, it loses its ability to see. It is killed by Amthar, the leader of the huge tribe. Who are those elves? Amthar and his pals inquire, how did they get here? Tak Tek reveals everything to them. Amthar expresses his gratitude to Tak Tek because he protected him and the rest of the clan from the beast. Then Tak Tek and his children tell them everything that has happened, how those cannibals attacked and kidnapped their mother and others. They request Amthar's assistance for themselves and their tribe. After hearing them, Amthar takes them to their tribe's leader. Because he is incapable of making a decision. Who are these elves, and why did you bring them here? The leader inquires of Amthar. Amthar reveals everything to him, but the leader refuses to assist them. He does not wish to engage in combat with the cannibals. Amthar persuades the leader, but the chief remains unconvinced. He requests that Amthar bind those elves here. The cannibals will arrive and take them when some time has passed. Amthar is forced to do this against his will. Then we see Tak Tek's wife and the rest of the cannibals' tribe's elves. They've been imprisoned by cannibals, who plan to consume them later. Tak Tek and his children, on the other hand, were enslaved. However, Amthar appears and frees them. He encourages Tak Tek to do so behind the leader's back. I'll go with my colleagues to assist you. Amthar, his comrades, and those elves go forward after him. A child from Amthar's clan is caught in a trap as the story progresses. They were attempting to resuscitate him. Meanwhile, a huge spider appears. Amthar's friend prohibits him from progressing. The others liberate their comrade from the entrapment. Amthar then dispatches the spider. In the meantime, Amthar kills the spider, and another gigantic spider enters. They're terrified because it's huge and scary. That big spider, on the other hand, silently picks the other dead spider and flees. In the cannibal's tribe, an elf is depicted as a cannibal's laborer. He was telling Tak Tek's wife that on a full moon night, there will be a festival. They'll kill you and eat you that night. Tak Tek's wife marries a tribal member. That's why he was hurt. Tak Tek's wife wraps him in bandages and treats him. Amthar and his buddies come across several cannibal-related items at a location. Cannibals ate someone after cooking, as evidenced by the evidence. The buddy of Amthar, who was a great way away, he was whisked away to Amthar. Amthar inquires about the cannibals' tribe's address. Without telling them, he shoots himself to death. The location they were at the time was a trap as well. Amthar's friend becomes entangled in it and dies as a result. They become agitated when they see it. They don't have any other choice except to move forward. They proceed after that. The elf who was a cannibal's worker informs them. Cannibals find that some humans are approaching here while chasing them. The cannibals are furious as a result. Some of your companions are being assassinated. While trekking, Amthar and his comrades come across two monsters. When sleeping in the middle of the forest from there, they moved stealthily. The creatures, meanwhile, have awoken and are aware of their surroundings. They get into a fight. In this fight, Amthar sustains an injury. However, they were successful in eliminating the monsters. The poison had already begun to spread throughout Amthar's body when they arrived. Because he was stabbed in the arm by the monster's venomous tooth, they transport Amthar to a secure location. Tak Tek tells his son, "I have to move forward, son, to rescue and resurrect your mum." Tak Tek continues forward alone after saying this. His son follows behind him to assist him. Tak Tek's daughter is familiar with the herbal remedy, so she tries to cure Amthar by removing the poison from his body. Tak Tek and his son had made it close to the cannibal clan. They come across a group of cannibals. They hide in a cave while fleeing from them. Tak Tek's wife and the other elves were imprisoned in this cave. Tak Tek requests that his son remain outside. He goes inside to see what's going on. The cannibals then kidnapped an elf girl and plan to slaughter her. Because it was their celebration today, the chief of the cannibals kills her, and the scene moves to Amthar. Amthar's venomous tooth was being extracted from his arm by Tak Tek's daughter. Tak Tek and his son are trailed by Amthar's buddy. When Amthar and his company arrive at Tak Tek's son, they enter the cave behind Tak Tek. "We're going inside," said Amthar's pals to Tak Tek's son. "You should get out of here if we're going to be killed." Tak Tek's daughter was unable to remove Amthar's venomous tooth from his arm. Amthar pulls the venomous tooth from his arm with bravery. He then proceeds to save the rest of his colleagues. Tak Tek, on the other hand, notices his wife and calls her. When a cannibal comes across them, he separates Tak Tek from his wife. They apprehend Tak Tek for assassinating him. When a rod stabbed their leader in the eye, he was about to slay Tak Tek. Amthar, in fact, arrives and kills the cannibal chief. Tak Tek sets out to find his bride. The rest of Amthar's comrades begin fighting cannibals. Some cannibals ride their dragons from there. Then Amthar's companion, a dragon, slides down. He perishes as a result of it. Amthar, his companions, and Tak Tek's son, on the other hand, did not lose heart. Cannibals were still attacking them. Meanwhile, someone attacks the cannibal dragon. Amthar observes their tribe's leader and his entourage arriving. Tak Tek also looked for his wife in order to save them. She'd passed out in a ditch. He was attempting to seduce her. Amthar and his allies, on the other hand, slaughter the remaining cannibals. During this battle, Amthar's leader was killed. They were also able to kill all of the cannibals with it. Tak Tek makes an appearance alongside his wife. Amthar's people had lost Tak Tek's children. Tak Tek and his wife travel with their tribe's members. Amthar eventually rises to the post of tribal chief. And the film ends here. Thank you for watching. Take care.